Hi guys, my name is Eme Essien. I am a London-based actor. The thing about acting is like everyone is stereotyped regardless of who you are. There is the leading man, there is the best friend, etc., etc. The thing about when you're stereotyped as a black female is that the roles that come up are usually feisty girl on the estate. You know, all that kind of stuff that comes from like this idea that black women are just sassy and they've got loads of attitude. But the problem with that is that ends up perpetuating stereotypes that are quite negative about black women. So that's what feeds into it when it comes to like my experience of being a black actress. A lot of it is just kind of negative. And you end up picking up scripts and thinking, I don't really want to be a part of that. And then you end up not having work. So you may or may not take it. It's not an easy one, especially if you're not known. If you're not a known name, it's a hard battle really trying to get work. And then there's hardly any roles written for black women. So it's a struggle to sum it up. Girls' Night Out is a show. It's a play about a girl who's getting ready for a night out, and this night out is a super big deal. It's a really humorous and kind of fun play that showcases all these interruptions that are happening throughout the night. But this girl is kind of speaking through a young modern woman's voice about how to achieve modern ideals and aspirations, and also battling with that internal conflict. Funding was really difficult because I decided from very early on that I was going to fund it myself because I didn't want to crowdfund. It was just really hard actually trying to put the show together whilst working all the time because first and foremost, I'm an artist, so I want to work on my craft before anything, before funding and licenses and all that stuff that you don't realise that you have to get. Just trying to kind of balance it all. There was literally a point where I thought I was going a bit crazy because I was just like, how is this all going to get done? So yeah, there was a lot of setbacks in that sense. A little bit surreal, if I'm honest. And the first time I did it was in London. I did a preview and yeah, it was so surreal because I'd worked so much up until that point that by the time it got to the show, I didn't have time for the nerves or all of that kind of stuff because it was just like, okay, it's here. And then all of a sudden I just remember like the curtains were about to open and that was that. And stepping out onto that stage, and I hadn't done theatre for a while actually, if I'm honest. I've been doing a lot of camera stuff. It was pretty magical. There's a part of me that really does believe that people are destined to do something, and I think that this art of mine really fuels like my soul. So if something is so kind of like enriching for you, then you need to pursue it relentlessly. So that's kind of why I do it. Yes, you're an actor first and foremost, but you are also a business. Don't be fooled by the fact that people may think that everything's closed door. It really isn't. You could start off really small. You know, there are so many festivals that you could enter into. You know, if you think about things like Netflix and Amazon Prime and gosh, there's so many, Vimeo on demand. There's so many things. There's so many avenues to distribute your own work. And that's just film. I mean, theatre is even easier because you just need to get a play going and just approach a theatre and just put it on. You don't need to send your script to people and all that kind of stuff. If you really, really, really know why you want to do this, then trust me, you need to learn other avenues as to how to get there rather than saying, no one's given me an audition, I haven't got an agent, I don't know anyone in the business. If you know your stuff, then start making work. Well, Girls' Night Out is evolving, so it's going to be extended to a longer piece. There'll be some more scenes added, and there'll be some scenes that are going to be filmed. So they'll be slightly different to the stage piece, but that'll be really exciting, and that'll be happening early next year. Then the show will go probably for a couple of shows in London, and it'll go back to the festival next year. For me, being black is a representation or a label on my ethnicity, and I am quite privileged to be a part of that because that's a sense of, you know, so much culture and identity, and it's influenced so much. It's influenced music, art, it's influenced invention. There's just so much, and I almost feel like I now need to continue on to emulate that ethnicity. Oh, black girl magic. I mean, I think everyone has a bit of spark inside them, and not everyone shows it to the world, but Black Girl Magic really celebrates that spark in every Black girl, particularly because they're kind of an underrepresented people in societies. Yeah, it's a celebration of that spark of every Black female there.